Women's sports gained in popularity, Indiana was producing major female athletes. And now David Woods, a former award-winning sports writer for the Indianapolis Star, has also been a contributor here at Channel 13, is shedding more lights on these athletes. He has a brand new book. It's called Inspiring Women of Indiana Sports. They changed the games we love. So I'm so happy to introduce David Woods, who joins us live in studio. It's so good to see you.
Great to see you, Anne-Marie.
I'm really excited about this project. I know this has been your passion. What I love about your work is that you are dutiful in following these athletes over the years, the highs and lows. So you really are in a unique position to tell their stories. And of course, you know, women's sports now, the spotlight with Caitlin Clark. I mean, she's definitely in the book, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, and really Caitlin Clark, much like Caitlin Clark's stardom has been able to shine a light on other players in the WNBA. I'm kind of using, in a way, Caitlin to shine a light on all these other inspiring female athletes we've had in the state of Indiana. And as I reflected on my career, I thought, boy, I've really written a lot about them, and it'd be nice to have an anthology of all of them put together. And thanks to Indy Star and Pediment Publishing, that's what we have.
I'm really excited about that. And Tamika Catching's one of them, your profile.
Oh, definitely, Tamika. Yeah. And I'm really able to do this because of the Olympic sports. Obviously, half the athletes you're covering are women. And I covered the Indiana Fever for 16 years, and I've covered a lot of women's basketball. So I just realized, gosh, I've written about so many of these women. Let's see if we can all put them together in one collection. So that's what this book is.
Yeah, so basketball, well followed, well documented, but maybe fencing, not so much. But Lee Kiefer, I mean, she is a dominant force. She went to Notre Dame.
Yep, Notre Dame graduate is she's won the last 2 Olympic gold medals in foil. And just this year, a few weeks ago, she won in her 12th try her first world championship in fencing. Wow. And she's been a medical student, but she's a Notre Dame graduate. So yeah, she's another one of the inspiring women in this book.
Yeah, and when we talk about women's gymnastics, we've got USA Gymnastics. It's headquartered right here in Indianapolis, recently committing that they're going to expand their footprint here up in Noblesville. How difficult it is, eye of the needle, to make the women's gymnastics team. And yet for 2008, the Beijing game, we had 2 women that made that team.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Anne-Marie, because I was thinking again, the odds of making a U.S. women's gymnastics team based on all the girls who do it are 1 in a million.
Wow.
1 in a million. And for the Indiana, in 2 different gyms, they didn't move here from Texas or Florida or New York. They were homegrown. So we had Bridget Sloan and Samantha Peshek made the Olympic team, and of course won the team silver medal at Beijing. And then Bridget won a all-around world championship a year later, which is probably underappreciated because that's probably one of the most extraordinary feats ever by a woman out of the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and it's interesting to follow Samantha Peshek now because she's doing commentary for NBC, and she's also got her own business. It's called this Beam Boot Camp, you know, and she's really kind of trying to change the culture of the sport for young women. Okay, who do you want to do next? We got time for one more. We got Chloe, and of course we got our track and field stars.
Yeah, a lot of track and field stars. Lena Irby-Jackson just won 2 gold medals at the World Championships. We have, you know, Missy Schwen-Ryan of Bloomington, Indiana, is the Olympic historians say she's the only organ donor ever to have won an Olympic medal. She's a rower out of Bloomington.
That's amazing.
There's just so many.
There are, and so we got Ashley Spencer. We don't want to leave her out either.
Lily King won 6 Olympic medals, of course, recently retired.
Alex Shackle.
The
future, perhaps, of swimming. So really excited about this book. You can see it's not even been printed yet.
Yeah, it's supposed to be it's in the printing process now, and I think it's going to be shipped here in a few weeks.
Yeah, so here is a picture of what that cover is going to look like. I think it'd be really a great Christmas gift for people about some of these star athletes and their inspiring stories right out of Indiana. All thanks to you, David. Thank you so much. And congratulations on this project.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate Indy Star and Pediment Publishing doing this.
All right. As we learn more about where you can buy this book, you know I will keep you updated.